welcome to the program. Meru Governor Peter Munya has intensified calls for the Meru region not to join the yet-to-be-launched Jubilee Party. Munya, who recently stormed out of a function presided over by Deputy President William Ruto in Meru, says that the recent defeat of the Jubilee candidate at the Nyangores by-election in Bomet County is evidence that the coalition has hit a dead end. And as KTN's Muremi Mwangi now reports, Munya has promised the coalition a surprise in March when he announces the new political outfit for the Meru region.
Rais, utanisamee, najua kuna kundi liweko hapa ya kupiga kelele, hiyo ni shinda yao. Mimi naenda mikutano ingine, niko na mkutano bore na maua huko, utaniruhusu niweze kwenda. Asante, Mungu akubariki.
Barely a week after storming out of a fundraiser presided over by Deputy President William Ruto at Nikobo Town, Meru Governor Peter Munya has fired yet another salvo at the Jubilee coalition, insisting yet again that the Meru region will not join the soon-to-be-launched Jubilee Party.
Na 2017 sisi tutakuwa na chama, na hiyo chama ni umeikarabati vizuri sana, nimeitengeneza, nimeiunda, na nilisema hatutaunda mpya kwa sababu tukijaribu kuenda kwa zile ofisi wanaweza kufunga, tukachukua ingine ambao iko.
Seemingly reading from the same page as Bomet Governor Isaac Ruto, Munya is celebrating the defeat of the Jubilee candidate in the recent Nyangores civic by-election, promising the coalition yet another defeat in the March 7th Kericho senatorial by-election.
Jana wameonyeshwa moto, na najua ni karibu waonyeshwe moto tena huko Kericho. Hawa wanatutukana kila siku, ni kukaa Meru, wanazunguka Meru na kwao kuna chomeka.
But back in Meru, Munya is locked in a bitter war of words with Senator Keraito Murungi, a key proponent of the Jubilee Party, who's eyeing the governor's seat, which he wants to grab away on the Jubilee Party wagon, an ambition that has made the Council of Governors chairman an extremely angry man.
Wengine wanasema ati wanataka president, hata hawajui kama watakuwa governor tena. Sasa tunatafuta nini kweli?
Kwa hivyo 2017 mimi nitaomba kura na chama ingine, si chama ya Jubilee. Sasa safari ya basi imefika mwisho, imeingia kwa Jubilee.
Meanwhile, trouble is brewing in the Wiper Party, with Rebel Mwingi Central MP Joe Mutambu saying he doesn't need the party's backing to clinch back his seat.
No big deal. What I want to tell the people of Mwingi Central, I am still a member of parliament. I am discharging my duties in parliament and nothing has gone wrong.
Mutambu is among the Rebel Wiper MPs who were recently disowned by the party for aligning themselves with Machakos Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua. Muremi Mwangi, KTN News, Nairobi.
Amani National Congress Party leader Musalia Mudavadi has dismissed claims that he is working for Jubilee Party to confuse voters. Speaking yesterday at Mabanga Farmers Center in Bungoma County, Mudavadi declared that he was his own man and will set out to prove it in the next general elections. He was speaking during the launch of the ANC voter registration campaigns.
Kwani baba ya Uhuru anaitwa nani?
Jomo Kenyatta.
Na mama yake?
Mama Kenyatta.
Na baba ya Musalia?
Musalia.
Na mama yangu?
Ana Mudavadi.
Iko uko wapi? Mimi natafuta kwa sababu naona vile serikali ya Jubilee inaendesha Kenya hii. Wengi wameanza kukosa ugali na wengi watakosa ugali, na tusipowatoa kwa mamlaka Kenya itakuwa kwa shida sana.
Oh yes.
Kwa hivyo mimi niko hapa na priority number 1, objective number 1 ni kwamba tunataka tutoe serikali ya Jubilee mamlakani, ende nyumbani, na sisi tuendeshe serikali vilivyo.
Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich is insisting that there hasn't been any money lost in the Eurobond loan. Rotich is further asking opposition leader Raila Odinga to furnish whatever information he has to investigative arms of government rather than using the press to castigate the government on the matter. This is Ainab Koi Member of Parliament Samuel Chepkonga asked Raila Odinga to come to Parliament to present whatever information he has on Eurobond to the Public Accounts Committee.
Don't just wait and then wait for somebody to go and talk in a funeral and say there is documents being cooked and all that. Then you come and ask me. Documents are cooked. And there's very clear evidence on the ground. So really, I think we just have to up our games. I mean, take them to task. Somebody who is lying, you have to take them to task. Can't you, don't go and interview the same person and ask him, the documents are in a treasury website. And it is there, how the money moved from Fed to Central Bank. So what are you saying? Have you asked that question to him? Or you just wait, he talks and then he goes? And then he throws some bombs there and you go and put them as headline. What is that?
I would like to tell the former Prime Minister to stop hiding. He promised to come to Parliament to give us a dossier. We've been waiting for him. He should not give dossiers to the press or to the media. We are the people's representative. He needs just to read the Constitution which he passed in 2010. Article 95 states very clearly that the members of Parliament play an oversight role over government expenditure. So if he thinks that there is some money which got lost somewhere, let him appear before Public Accounts Committee. We were waiting for him, and I had asked the Leader of Majority to provide us ample room so that we can question him on some of these lies that he's peddling. On the day we waited for him, he chickened out and he ran away.
Across the borders, and a delegation from the African Union Commission has carried out an assessment on the state of the Somalia-based peacekeeping mission to identify areas that need urgent support from the African Union headquarters in Ethiopia.
And we came here. The delegation from the AU Commission's Peace Support Operations Division also wanted to find out how AMISOM planned to implement the revised concept of operations that was endorsed by the African Union Peace and Security Council at its 54th meeting in September last year.
Our visit here is precipitated on finding out the preparedness of troops to support this political process. The second key aspect of the visit is, as you may be aware, last year in August, AMISOM, our mission here, and of course AU headquarters, produced a new concept of operations. And this visit is to find out how that concept of operations in support of the political process of Somalia is unfolding.
The revised concept for AMISOM aims to create and preserve an enabling environment for the unfolding political peace and reconciliation process in Somalia. The delegation also looked at ways of assisting Somali security institutions along AMISOM troops to execute their mandate of keeping the country safe and warding off threats posed by Al-Shabaab and other armed militant groups. The visit further evaluated the mission's readiness for upcoming presidential and parliamentary elections scheduled later this year.
I'm dominating this area by patrol. I'm putting ambushes both day and night. And then we also have a detachment now. SNA came, we have a detachment of SNA located in this very location.
The delegation also visited AMISOM troops stationed in port city of Maka and held meetings with elders, local residents and commanders to clearly understand the security and administrative issues in the region. This was in view of recent allegations in the media that AMISOM had withdrawn from Maka.
We have visited this area so that we can come out with the facts as they are on the ground. We do remember that a few days ago, we had discussions in the media about issues to do with Marka, and so we are in Marka to certify that Marka is a peaceful town. The people in Marka are going on with their lives as it is normal, and they are going to achieve the peaceful solution that they need for their lives.
At the end of this process, this visit, we are going to feed back, of course, to people that make the decisions and actions that we need to take at our level as managers of the mission to support the mission, to support the federal government of Somalia and realize lasting peace and stability in Somalia.
However, the allegations were denied by the top AMISOM leadership, led by the special representatives of the African Union Commission chairperson for Somalia, Ambassador Francisco Madeira. Aaron Ocheng, KTN News.
To Lamu now, where local youths took part in a rare contest, a hat-making competition. But the competition, which was staged along the Peponi Beach in Shela Island, was not your ordinary beach fun activity. The over 100 participants showcased their expertise in making hats to discourage the use of plastics, which are a major environmental hazard on the island. Participants have received training on marine life conservation and the effects of degradation of sea environment caused by dumping of plastic waste. The competitors used waste such as plastic bags and bottles to make the hats, which took different shapes, including flamingos and dolphins.
Katika kuhifadhi mazingira, takataka nyingi ambazo zinakuwa labda haziwezi kuchomwa, mambo kama hiyo tuna recycle kutengeneza kitu ambao kinaweza kuwa ni maridadi na kupelekwa kwenye show.
We have a problem. We have an environmental problem. We have too much plastic. It should be banned to come in with plastic because there is no recycling plants in Lamu. We urge our governor, since he's here today, to do something about the plastic, to do something about plastic bag, plastic bottle, shampoo. Other places, other islands like Madagascar, they impose laws. When you come in, they check your bag. Every plastic that is in your bag, when you leave, you have to check out with it.
Very interesting indeed. We cross borders now, and Lim Bol Thong is a young South Sudanese high school graduate who fled his home after violence erupted in his country 2 years ago. He is now using his skills and education to teach children in the Kule refugee camp in Ethiopia. Lim is 21 years old and has been appointed the vice principal at the camp's primary school. Linda Ogutu tells us the story of Lim, which mirrors the humanitarian suffering of most South Sudanese since the conflict broke out 2 years ago.
At 21, Lim Bol Thong is a vice principal of a school at Kule refugee camp in Ethiopia. He's not much older than his students. Lim comes from South Sudan. He graduated from high school at the top of his class. A medical degree was his next goal until civil war in the country uprooted his life. Like hundreds of thousands of other South Sudanese, he fled to Ethiopia. With university postponed, he put his skills to good use. Lim began teaching chemistry at the camp's primary school. Last year, he was promoted to vice principal.
It is really good work, serving as the vice principal of the school. But really, it is a very hard work. It is very tremendous job sometimes because as a vice principal, you are in charge of all the school problems.
More than 10,000 people have been killed and 2.3 million displaced since the country's civil war broke out in December 2013, when soldiers loyal to President Salva Kiir first clashed with troops who backed his deputy Riek Machar. Much of the fighting has been along ethnic lines between Kiir's Dinka community and Machar's Nuer people. Ordinary South Sudanese have borne the brunt of the conflict.
I've seen life is not good there. It is not functionable. No security, no food, no whatever. So people are dying day from day.
The schools in the camps face a shortage of teachers, supplies and space. But despite his situation, Lim refuses to be deterred.
Nothing about saving people, it really excites me. Because as much as I save people, then my community will grow up. And then I will produce more people to save other people.
Ethiopia hosts more than 100,000 school-age South Sudanese children. Less than half are enrolled in school. Linda Ogutu, KTN News.
We take a easy with that sports news that we wind today's edition of Weekend at 1. Thank you so much for watching. For those watching us on our news channel, KTN News, please stay tuned for an exclusive interview that my colleague Sophia Wanuna had with the IEBC chair, Isaac Hassan, talking about voter registration exercise that is set to start tomorrow. The Okoa Kenya initiative CORD has been saying that the IEBC is taking too long with this verification of the signatures. So stay tuned for that and more details on that exclusive interview on KTN News. Good afternoon. I'm Sharon Mumanyi.